hypnotherapy.
right?
Yeah, so we got to be on time, or else they
How's
charge you.
how's everyone's week?
It's all right.
I had a great week. How about you, Edwin?
My week was amazing.
Ebenezer's release week.
Woo! Congrats for that.
Let's take a
yeah.
shot. Everyone take a shot. No, I'm joking. Let's take a shot.
It's not
Yeah.
Drake
No. I feel like, well, if anyone knows, I released a music video this week.
Film. It was a film.
It was a
Cool.
film.
Yeah.
short
Well,
film.
this week I'm gonna release the longer version.
Okay, there's
Last
a longer
weekend,
version.
yeah. Last weekend I released a short version. So, but this one's gonna be the longer version. And when you just like work on something for so long, you're like, wow, it's finally out, and you kind of get nervous. But everyone, the thing I like about it is like everyone that doesn't understand the style I did still likes it. So I'm like, alright, cool. It's bigger than just like what I
Your
thought.
style.
Yeah. So I'm like, alright, cool. That's perfect. But now like the next one, each one is gonna be a different style.
Vibe.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
next one is gonna be more like horror and
Ooh.
like thriller.
Welcome to the Wells End podcast. We are your hosts, Barry Rashawn.
Edwin Arzu.
Andrew from London.
Let's go.
The Flexer.
Yes.
Big flex.
Big
Yeah.
Flex, Mr. Big Flex. Oh, that's a nice nickname, Mr. Big Flex.
I'll take it.
There we
Mr.
go.
Big Flex.
All right, cool.
With the socks on the side, yeah.
Guys, so I want to talk about what's been going on this whole week. It's been crazy with Mr. West and his wives' life. White Lives Matter.
Wives.
Wives' life.
Yo,
Yeah.
wives will do matter.
Yeah, definitely, of course.
Shout out to all the
Wives.
wives.
Shout out to all the wives. And
Shout
my
out
future
to my
wife.
wife. Babe, you do matter. I love you. But yeah, this whole White Lives Matter thing, it's interesting because, of course, it's jarring. It's Kanye West. He's, radical, Mr. Radical. But there's I like what Candice Owens did. Candice Owens.
Yeah, the video you sent me.
Yeah. But with her approach,
Yeah, it was so straightforward.
it's too attackive. Like, did you watch it? Did you skim through it at all?
No, I definitely like attack, but that's what I
Yeah.
meant by straightforward.
Okay, so she was like, her goal was to, after she wore the shirt, she did a podcast episode where she spoke about some of the root causes
Mm-hmm.
to the situation that we're in as a community. And my only thing with that was that she was attacking the people that were after, them and this whole saga with the White Lives Matter shirt. Like the people that were attacking them. So now she was attacking back, saying, you guys are idiots, pretty much, with her approach. So it's very aggressive.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what, for me, I'm just like, oh, you have information and a message, but maybe that's what you need to do. I don't know. I guess you're figuring it out, right? But you really want to make a change, and you're, getting the attention of the masses. So let's see what you do with it, because that's all we can do now, right? And for me, when I look at this whole thing, I was like, okay, cool. How do we bridge that gap? How do we get people to, you know what I mean? Like, talk, like, about the situations and be more understanding and really fix the roots of the problems.
I think you can't provoke people, and I think sometimes when you take the like shock value provocation
Yeah.
approach, people are less inclined to want to hear what you have to say after that.
Yeah.
100%.
And like I think sometimes you don't need to poke the bear.
To get,
No,
Yeah,
there's other
the
ways you
message
can
out.
you can present a message if you have one. You don't have to be like, I'm gonna go and annoy some black people real quick. Like, you don't need to do that. Like you don't.
yeah. They're literally doing the same thing that they're against.
Yeah.
Right? Do you get what I'm saying with that?
I get it, but I also feel like it's funny to me because I feel like I laugh a lot when people get mad
Me too.
at Kanye.
I'm just
I
like,
laugh.
Yeah, I don't expect this.
It's that. It's just like it's more so like, all right, cool. We all know we about to get like information or like something. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's always funny when people, in a sense, like whenever Kanye does something, it's like I understand him and I don't understand him at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm with you with that. Like, a part of me, that's
Yeah.
kind of how I see it, where I know this part that, like, the information I'll get, but I'm just like, you gotta go crazy.
But look at it as this, like, I feel like sometimes as society we taking the negative better than the positive.
I think we harp on the negative.
Yeah, so it's like,
It gets your attention more.
Yeah, it gets your attention.
Yeah, why?
You know what I mean?
I'm so curious.
It's like if you saw a headline saying Kanye West carries baby, okay. But if it's like Kanye West says, you're like, You're like it's that's that age old saying of like bad news spreads faster than good news.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, if you had like a bad time somewhere, you're more likely to leave a review than if you had like a good time.
If you had a good time, that's so
Yeah.
true.
I've been to hella restaurants. So this is nice.
I
saying
ain't
nothing
leave
to
no
one.
review.
Oh yeah, if something bad happened, I'm like everyone needs to know about this.
yeah,
I'm gonna
everybody-
tweet it. I'm gonna
Yeah, I've tweeted a few restaurants. I'm just like,
absolutely.
this ain't good, brother.
So you know what's funny? When I saw it and I saw people getting up in the arms, like my first thing was, he's doing this for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm curious why. And when I started looking at the tweets, I was like, but why is nobody asking? Everyone gets mad before they even try to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm looking at this. I'm like, why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? Like, was that what was your take? Like when you first, how do you first process it?
I've followed Kanye West since the jump, so I'm like, what is he about to try and sell me? Because that's when he goes on he'll disappear from social media, and then come out with something crazy. Oh, he's about to drop something.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, what's the thing you're gonna drop? Like I'm just like, okay, what is it? Like I was just waiting to know what it was.
But also, I'm also looking at it from a perspective of like, I don't know this guy, but he puts all his business out there, and also I'm
always
just
does,
like, yeah, all his business out there. He doesn't care, He's like, yo, if I want help if people need to see me as an example, that's just what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's what Kanye is. But also, I'm looking at the perspective. I'm like, we all know he's trying to get out his Adidas deal. You know what I mean? So I feel like all these things he's doing is just like, in my perspective, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you want to say some shit, you want to express yourself in a specific way, and you also want to get out your deal. So what's the best way to do it?
But like Kanye's always had like outbursts. People be surprised, bro. On national TV, like George Bush does not care about black people. That is an insane outburst to do on live TV.
Yeah.
Bro, you know how crazy? No, people don't realize. You know how crazy that is. He didn't make a podcast video. Didn't do it live TV.
No edits. It's like, yep, I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm sorry,
so
y'all
like,
gonna
this
eat
is-
this. Y'all gonna eat this. Like,
Yeah.
y'all have to eat. Matter of fact, you can't even do nothing but eat it. And it's so crazy because Kanye, his pattern is kind of like how anything evolves.
Yeah.
He has to destroy it.
Yeah.
Whatever the status quo is, everything you know about him, he that's why he likes Trump.
I think what you just said is perfect. Like,
Look at it, Nike destroy, bomb.
but from that, the birth of something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like,
That's just his approach to
it's his
everything.
approach to
like,
things. It's, like,
Same with music. He's like, I'm gonna destroy gangster rap. I'm gonna kill it. It's over now.
And yeah, he's
And
talking
now-
about some dope stuff, with flashy stuff, and he's doing all that, his situations and preaching, like whatever he's preaching. And then from that point, that kind of, especially with the whole Jesus Walk song, that was a huge record.
Yeah. And
I
that
just
was like
think
a
people need
huge
to
record for
care
like the
less.
time, because also like
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to think
went
about all
against
this
grain. They
gangster
didn't
rap.
know, and
Yeah.
it went number one. They did not know that song was gonna do that because they
Yeah.
didn't want to put it out.
No one.
It's just interesting, like, to see.
I just think people. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I just think people care way too much. I was like, why? Like, I understand that you're upset. I was like,
Emotional.
he's gonna do what he's gonna do.
It's the reason why he does it. And again, this is not me agreeing
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
with Kanye West. I just got to make it clear for everybody. But you know what I'm saying? So with how his approach is in terms of, like, did you watch the Fox News with what's his name? Turner Carlson or Carlson?
Tucker.
Tucker Carlson.
Yeah,
Nah. To
no.
be honest, I don't watch the news. It's
Yeah,
too depressing.
Me neither. I don't watch the news, but like I knew he did the interview, so I checked it out just because of this whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like connecting the dots. And he's running for president 2024.
Of course he is. He said it like when he lost the first one.
But watch this. Watch this. Jesus is involved in everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
He's making it known that he likes
Yeah.
Trump. He's taking Trump's whole playbook. Like again, what he does with it, I don't know. His approach, not mine. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. And again, I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Not my business, right? But it's just interesting to see. And just again, as a society, like the message, a part of the message that he's trying to send is that, hey, guys, we're brainwashed.
Yeah.
We're programmed, and okay, but bro, you don't have to slap me in my face and
But I feel like that's
traumatize me.
it's crazy because I love playing devil's advocate. That's my favorite thing.
Go
to
for
do.
it.
But at the same time, you wouldn't be feeling all these things if he didn't. Put
If
it
he
out.
didn't do it,
Exactly.
So,
it's
from
like it evokes thought. You know what I mean? Like
from an artistic perspective, and he said it on the thing. That's why I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. You don't have to explain what you do or why you do what you did.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to just interact with the world. And again, it's crazy. And again, guys, I don't agree with his approach to things.
Yeah.
I think there is different ways to do it. And
Yeah, there's different ways to do a lot of things, but it's just like I don't know. It's like if you, sometimes I think about this. If you are Jay-Z or Kanye or anyone in these positions, you're like, all right, cool. I know what evokes the people. I know how to get the people riled behind me,
or
or riled up, or like
excited.
excited, anything of the sort.
So he's picking certain emotions, and this is also like from a marketing perspective. No, I'm just breaking down what you're saying. Sorry, from a marketing perspective, it's like there's certain emotions that get you to action, right? So the difference between sad and anger gets you to action. Sadness is still that kind of low vibration. You know what I'm saying? So sorry, but continue.
Like that plate with them yams on it.
This is a low vibrational plate. It's crazy.
Wait, what y'all talking about?
Yo, wait, Andrew, do you got the video?
I'm gonna find it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
someone said that like it was like a video of like there was like two plates and they called the plate low vibration.
Yeah, so
that is so messed up. That's someone's meal.
I think the thing with everything, it's just like attention is like an interesting thing to grab.
it's currency.
Yeah, attention is currency, but I don't. When you're trying, I feel like Kanye's whole thing is he's trying so hard not to be controlled or programmed.
Mm-hmm.
He lacks empathy when he does things sometimes.
Yes, I get that.
Yeah, it's like I can get it. Don't tell me what to do. I understand, but like, and everyone that knows in general, like when you do certain things, like they just have to know how it's gonna end for you. In terms of like you have to be mentally prepared. Okay, I'm gonna lose people.
Yeah.
Now, I think he's clearly at a place where he's like, okay.
Yeah, he's clearly
If I lose people, I lose people. But
that's so
he ain't gonna be
crazy.
president though. It's not gonna happen.
Not my business.
No, it's not. It's not.
We said that about Trump.
Yeah, but America's full of white people. That's the difference.
And you know what they believe in more than anything else?
What?
Jesus.
Yeah, but look, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You see what I'm saying?
I know they believe in Jesus, but Kanye
He's not going.
is a nigga from Chicago.
Hey.
Barack Obama was also a black man from Chicago, but Kanye's not gonna be president, bro.
He did say white lives matter.
Yeah.
He did one on Fox.
Yeah, they'll high five him and
I'm
then...
just showing you.
No.
Look, I'm just saying what I see. I don't know what's gonna happen. I agree.
I'm telling you, Kanye's not gonna be
Okay,
president.
cool.
I feel it's just interesting because I feel like the way people set things up is hilarious. You know what I mean? It's just like there's people at the end of the day. There's people who's gonna understand, and there's people that's not gonna understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not saying like how he's doing things because I'm honestly like sometimes even when I was scrolling, I was like, he's really going in this week.
Yeah, it was crazy.
This week.
You know what I like?
But at the same time, I was like,
some of it was funny.
some of it was funny, and so I sometimes just think to myself, I'm like, yo, like there's so much comedy and so much things, but people are tight, and that's what makes it more funny. It's like, bro, like,
because people, it's like
it's
so hard funny when you shit on someone's beliefs.
Yes,
because like that's the thing is like I understand we can believe different things, but like that approach is like, I'm shitting on what you believe in right now,
Yeah.
which doesn't work in any capacity.
Yeah, people. It's
Which is why I've always felt like I don't agree with all those people in the South and a lot of the world's backward ways.
yeah.
Yeah.
As a liberal, you want to call me whatever.
Yeah,
But also the liberal side of saying, you're dumb. It's like, that's not going to make them vote for you. You know that, right? Like, that approach of, like, I'm attacking how you feel about something and, like, talking down on you is like, that's not going to... It's like, you know they're not going to vote on your side, right? Like,
Because
the moment you call, like, you cunt, you've lost the vote, bro. Doesn't matter what you say after that point.
yeah.
You know?
Damn.
So, you know what's interesting to me? And this is kind of, again, my biggest thing about both, how they approach it, Candice Owens and Kanye, is with what's going on with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, right? Them having this, they understood what that was about. Like the backdoor dealings, the illegal stuff, and the highway robbery of over, like, I think $80 million or something. Don't quote me on that. So, you know what I'm saying? With all of that, they knew what
Yo,
happened.
where have I been?
Wait, you didn't know that?
Bro, I literally live in my world.
Hey,
And-
that's good. Welcome. Edwin decided to join us today, guys. He's
I
down
literally
here with
live
us,
in my
little
own
ones.
world. Like I live in Edwin Arzu.
No, I
land.
get you, and ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's cool.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
and I think that's dope that you're experiencing this here too. But so with that being the situation, now you're looking at, okay, they didn't ask one important question to me. Like, okay, why did this work so well? This whole situation that went down with the Black Lives Matter and the rioting, why did the people move, right? And one thing that caught me from left field was I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, the same one that I'm telling you to check out about the whole
About the testosterone and stuff like that.
and the supplements. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, with that being the case, I saw where he was saying that there was when human beings are socially isolated, they build up what is called tachykinin, and I think that's how it's pronounced, in your brain or something like that. And what it does is makes you more aggressive and makes you easily irritable, or makes you get it's easier for you to get irritated, and you build up this us versus them mentality.
Okay.
Right? So think about it. Isolated for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we got this whole the trigger was the George Floyd death, right? That his murder. So with that being the situation now, one, we have this us versus them reality already. We've been tense, and now we have been socially isolated for a period of time. So I'm assuming, if this is true with how tachykinin works and builds up when you're in social isolation, that was the perfect soup. Now, this pandemic seems like a plandemic, but I don't know that.
I'm dead. This pandemic
seems like a plandemic, but I don't really know because there's, I don't have the information, so I don't know.
Do people even talk about COVID anymore?
I heard it's the flu, bro. I heard almost
people were dying, boy.
Yeah, no, actually, I think
that's the crazy part.
It wasn't as bad as they made it to be. And in some cases, people are saying, this is not truth, but in some cases, people are saying that it might be, less people died with COVID than with, you know what I'm saying?
With what? Monkeypox?
No, the flu. But
the
then
flu.
again, it was so short-lived. And again,
monkeypox look crazy. Those
monkeypox
hands
look disgusting.
Woo!
I've never looked at it. I'm also in
It's like looking at blue waffle.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Everybody out there, if you've not seen it, just Google blue waffle.
What the hell is that?
You don't want to look at that.
Okay, I won't look at it.
No, look on your iPad right now.
Oh my
This
god!
is gonna be a moment for the viewers.
I'm scared.
I'm not looking at that.
Wow. You know that moment when you look at something else so you don't get nervous? Like when you're on a date? You look at something else like, yeah, where you like that?
Should I image?
Oh.
What am I looking for?
I need to find it. It's hard to find Blue Waffle now.
It's hard to find Blue Waffle. I was looking at it like,
the internet scrubbed it, boy.
What's that?
Mm-mm.
You can't find it?
Wait, I'm gonna find it if you don't worry
He
about
gonna find it for you. We gonna find it, man.
I don't know if I want to see this on
Yeah,
camera,
man.
guys.
It's like
It's great. It's funny.
Yeah, but
Sierra,
With-
this beat is automatic supersonic hit.
is that where we're at?
Nah.
No, but seeing that this could be the case, right, with the buildup of Tachykinin, if that's one, then we get triggered. Ooh,
Blue Waffle.
you guys do not listen to these guys.
That is disgusting.
Yes.
Hey kids, want to be rebels?
No,
Check out Blue
you-
Waffle.
You don't want to be rebels. Trust
This
me.
is your old uncle Rashawn saying this.
No.
This is Uncle Rashawn in the corner.
I am not involved or
Uncle
associated
Rashawn.
with these two.
Uncle
I
Rashawn.
have no clue what they speak of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this build up, we got triggered, and then someone says, "Hey, this is us,"
Yeah.
right? And then we rally behind that, and come to find out, hey, it's a scam.
I think it's way less than everything you said.
You think so? I mean, in what way?
In the way, I feel like us as a people, we've been looking for a voice. So when that voice finally came at that moment, I feel like everyone's like, "I cool, we're behind this."
Yeah, you gotta think that was the first time we weren't calling Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
Bro, we've been calling the same black people to talk when something happens since the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how crazy that is? Since that time.
But did you see what?
Since the civil rights movement, it's been the same black people speaking for us.
But did you notice how much people came out?
Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, I feel like a lot of people who were marching during that time wanted to get out of the house. Hate me if you want to. I feel like people use it as an excuse just to get out of the house.
Yeah, and then they have something to latch onto, a reason.
No, but the
Would
us
you feel
versus
as
them isn't new. It's not like a
No,
new
no,
us.
it's not new. I'm not saying it's new.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying the soup for what happened,
what
all
happened,
the
yeah.
ingredients.
Yeah, everything
just so
becoming
crazy.
a moment is like timing.
Mm-hmm.
Timing and everything. It's like, when Black Lives Matter first started happening, like 2014?
Yeah, with the dude that got choked, right?
Yes.
Eric Garner.
Eric Garner.
Eric Garner.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was just like, that was one of like 10 things that happened that year. Also, like, George Floyd wasn't like the first black person to get killed in 2020.
Yeah,
It was just like the first thing that like caught steam.
it was not that many. That's one of the stats that she had brought up. Let me see.
Breonna Taylor also.
Was another one.
And
that,
then there was,
that
I
year.
forget his name, the
Was that
kid
year or the year before?
who was running and
Oh,
they
that-
chased him.
Oh damn, what was his name?
9.
in
So in
Georgia.
2020, 9 unarmed black men were killed by police officers.
That's a crazy number.
It's not that much.
That's too many. What this is the thing is
And
like
Breonna, so
when you
that's
look at
also-
it in terms of like just numbers.
No. I'm not looking at it as numbers. No. I'm not looking at it as numbers. I'm just saying, when you tell me that it's only 9, I'm just like, holy shit! I thought it was more. Like in my head, like you know what I'm saying.
Well, it's probably more that
And
hasn't
look,
gone to
you
the
have
news.
to look from it from me. That true. You have to look my perspective. I'm from Jamaica,
Mhm.
and again, I do not subscribe to their way of thinking in a lot of ways, but I'm used to hearing a lot of crimes happening both with cops, and we
Yeah.
know a lot of times with cops there's a lot of corruption there in
Hmm.
Jamaica. So I don't know what happened, but so again, from that,
But it doesn't have
realm.
the same racial power overtones
Of course,
when it happens
of course.
somewhere else.
Yeah,
It's like when it's a bunch of black, it's a different dynamic. Here is like this is another 9 in a long list of many different things
situations. Yeah.
going back
Yeah.
to how far you want to go back to. So like that 9 is like another 9. It's like this if I thought the number. Yeah, I know like the number isn't as high as you'd think it would be.
As the media would kind of make it feel like. That's what
Yeah.
my
But
my
it's
thought.
still important.
course.
It's still like,
Any life in the sense of being taken. Period.
And
in
also,
a-
I
in a-
think
in
things
that
are
kind of
hitting a
way.
lot more different in the last like 5 years too, because we have the rise in social media, we have the rise in camera phones. so much stuff is being captured that just was never captured
Captured
before.
before.
True.
So
Yeah.
you feel
you
it
never
different.
seen it. It's like going to seeing war.
Yeah, because even Rodney King was like CCT footage. We're seeing this happen like
Right there.
2 feet from
HD.
someone's face.
HD on your
You-
iPhone.
Yeah, you. I think that too is like I'm really seeing this, and then that happened when everyone's in the house, so I don't have work to go to tomorrow, and then be thinking about something else. This was like a bunch of stuff happened when there was nothing else to think about.
And my body is primed.
Yeah, your body is primed, and there's nothing. There's no other distractions. I don't have 5 days of work. I don't have nothing to do.
I
I
don't-
ain't gonna see my auntie. I just have time to sit, think, and ruminate.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think was like also why it felt you really got to feel it, because most of the time
You on the go?
other stuff is happening. Yeah, something happens. You're on your way to work. You're reading on the phone. Someone say, "Hey, do you get the reports in?"
Yeah,
But in that sense too, like it's kind of dope in terms of mobilizing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, look how fast that came together in the '90s. In not the '90s, even then and beyond. Like that was not like
Wait,
that
what?
take months to put together a movement or a march like
Yeah,
that.
because
Yeah.
Took months.
everyone's gonna pick up landlines. Is your mom home? No. I guess I go cool.
Call back.
Yeah, now
All right,
like
cool.
people
Next.
can just see. You can post a location and people will be there.
be
Be
there. Yeah.
there. So crazy.
It's crazy.
So crazy
Yeah,
to me,
but-
bro.
Just imagine back then they was passing out like
Flyers.
and
You had
shit.
to walk miles.
Man, that's different, bro.
Now, something Ed said too is like in the 9 like that's like 9 that like were reported. There's a bunch of stuff that happens.
Yeah,
that's
that
not.
who knows?
Yeah, because
know?
I grew up in the hood. There's so much time you see stuff happens. Everyone's like, that's how it is, man.
Yeah,
You don't even think to report it. Just like,
it happens.
so
they shouldn't take someone having to be brutally killed for it to be report worthy. I think that's what happens a lot of the time too. Is like, so much stuff has become just like
normalized.
That's how it is.
Yeah,
Normalized.
And it
Yeah,
should-
it definitely
it
becomes
shouldn't be like
normalized.
that.
Yeah, a lot of
So, and one of the points, and it's dope that you said that, because one of the points that I got from Candice Owens' video, right?
Mhm.
Again, this is me trying to find a message versus like paying attention to the approach. Because if I pay attention to the approach, I'm not going to get the message. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, cool. And one of the things that she pointed out that I was like, oh, that's dope. So it's like, okay, how do we really attack these real problems or situations from the root? Right? So, patterns being normalized in black homes, it's coming from the violence because the fathers are being pulled and incarcerated. Right? Cool. Education has to be changed. We can't read as a community. When you look at the average, I think it's let me look at the numbers. I wrote it down. And it's not just about the number, but to say, oh, I didn't think so. The reverse of what I said earlier. When I said, oh, only 9 black people, now I'm like, oh, wait, this is this much like kids that can't read. 74% of black boys in California can not read proficiently. I think that.
Wait, in what grade?
I think it was the 4th grade, if I'm not mistaken. That she said that she had said something
Okay.
about the grade, right? Or you didn't?
I didn't
Get to that?
I didn't get to that.
Yeah. So but yeah. So it was when I was like, oh, that's like kind of high. You get what I'm saying? So-
I'm wondering like what grade that was, because that will also
Be kind of good. I think it was
to
the
know
4th
like
grade.
the
age range.
age range.
Yeah, I think it was the 4th grade, and then there was another number she mentioned in regards to reading and education. And to me, I'm just like, okay, cool. All right, we definitely. So I like what Kanye is doing with the school idea. I don't know how he's executing on that, but a school, in a sense, overall, school has to be reformed.
No, it has to.
Oh, absolutely.
Like education,
Everyone is
not,
learning different.
Yeah, and not just that. We have information.
Yeah.
Right? We have information. So however you learn, you can literally find what works for how you learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's what I mean, everyone learns
one-size-fits-all
different.
thing of education
bro.
is so gone.
Yeah.
It's like education has so.
It was a system.
My mom's
It was
been a
a
teacher
system.
for like 15 years. So I grew up with a teacher, and my mom's like, "Bro, kids don't learn like this anymore."
It was a system for the slaves and imprisoned.
Not just that; it's just like the concept of memory games.
Yeah,
you only
memory
needed
game.
memory games because you couldn't get to information quickly.
Programming. The
But
more you
yeah.
repeat.
Didn't it also start like they start child labor in industrial area?
in the industrial times, that's when
Yeah, and then
the
those-
child labor laws came in to stop child labor. So it was going on
Mhm.
before every time. I guess before then,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So with that being the case, like again, going back to the school system, that has been set up for us or for the enslaved because it didn't matter whoever they wanted to program, right?
It's not because it's just like
And it worked for the
it's a big
industrial
thing.
period in
A
a
lot of
sense.
it is class. It's just like poor people don't get good educations
Mm-hmm.
because there's a bunch of poor white kids and poor whatever you want kids who don't get good educations. It's like I've been to private school. I learned entirely different way. When I was there, like, yo, I remember I went from private school back to public school. I was like, I'm good for the next 5 years. I've like learned everything. I remember like the first like 6 months of being back in public school. I was like, oh, you guys are still here? It's crazy.
Yeah, I already know this.
Yeah, I was chilling.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
that's
I was chilling.
that's kind of how it felt when I came to the States. I mean, they're all the American subjects about American history, that stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
kind of
I
boring.
had to learn that because I didn't know. But everything else, apart from that,
Mm.
I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah, education outside of America is
I feel like education outside of America, they learn world history, in a sense.
yeah, we're
yes
American.
and no. In England, we learn a lot about most of our history was about Nazi Germany, and then before that was like the Normans and like
but that
Viking,
proves his
just
point,
stuff
like,
that
world
affects that
history.
country.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
okay.
like the Vikings and it's all more like, oh, this is how we got bridges is when the Normans came and blah 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 blah. I don't learn anything about Africa or Spain or we don't really learn about.
Oh wow, it's interesting.
A lot of it is just like what pertains to your country.
local, yeah.
Yeah, in terms
How-
of
Which kind of
wait,
makes sense. in
Wait,
a
so how
sense.
about when you went to school in Ghana? What was that?
Ghana was interesting because we were learning. We had like a British curriculum for the most part, but like we were still learning like other stuff too. Because we learn about African history and Ghanaian history.
Okay.
So it was a bit broader, but like curriculums are like because once you get to uni, you need certain what's the word? Not
Credits?
units. Credits. Yeah, you kind of had to like you can't just go. You have to kind of have certain I forget the word. I don't want to say it without knowing,
But reach at certain levels, pretty much.
yeah, you have to kind of like tick a couple boxes for like for graduating here to like apply. So
Oh,
I
okay.
can take what I've learned here and go straight to uni, not
Yeah.
having to like do like a foundation
Do it,
course.
do
or
it.
something.
Yeah, it's like basically taking like your credits from one school to another.
Yeah,
school.
yeah. So it kind of
Yeah,
has
yeah.
to like line up a little bit.
Okay. That's interesting. But yeah, so it's just like, how do we fix school, building a school or reinventing the idea of school, I think
It's
is
more than that. It's like I think that
one thing.
the issue is the Western world system is functioning as it was designed to function. If you step back out of it as like an objective person, that yeah, it's doing exactly what we wanted it to do. And just now people are like, I don't want that anymore because people,
So that means there
you need
needs
a
to be
new
a change.
system.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't need to change. You need a new,
New
system.
Yeah, everything literally needs to change.
Yeah, so when
Yeah,
I'm
throw
saying
throw it out.
so when I'm saying school, when I said school, like that's what I'm saying. But I think that's where it starts.
The concepts of school needs to change also, I feel like.
So it shouldn't be schools.
It should be school, but like how we look at what school is needs to be start from ground zero. It's not about like, hey, let's add a creative. No, let's not add a creative course. Stop doing all these weird
No.
performative
That,
things.
yeah, that
I feel like it should start from like. This may be crazy, but
Mhm.
from like preschool.
Yeah.
No, not
everything
even.
needs to
So-
change from the jump.
from the jump. Like,
Yeah.
like the only thing I would like even keep, if anything, is language.
Yeah, you need to learn numeracy and literacy.
Yeah.
Those two things are just you need those for life.
Yeah, and you don't have to go too. I think they go way too far in numeracy. Like you,
Bro, I'm
only
not
go
a
there-
physicist. I don't need to know a lot of the stuff we learn in maths. I've never touched
Yeah.
it again. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah,
Multiplication. And
Yeah,
like,
problem solving,
Problem solving.
is important.
Problem solving is important. But like,
Whatever
yeah,
we have, like, and at a certain level, once we have literacy, we have literacy. We have whatchamacallit, numeration. You said.
because it's you need two things: comprehension and problem solving is what you need for life. A lot of people you can see, they can't comprehend what you're saying to them.
yeah.
That is a problem of like, so you need to learn how comprehension in school,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to learn how to problem solve and count. Everything from there can be a lot looser. I feel
And
like
you create based on what you want to do, passion or whatever
Yeah,
drives you at that moment.
there's some things that we leave school that have never been touched in our life again. I feel like
Yeah.
that's a waste of time.
A lot of
clearly.
waste of time.
Yeah.
So like even I think
Math,
Elon is doing
English,
something creative in this
PE is
perspective.
necessary. Teach kids about diet. Teach kids about government, how to vote.
Financial.
Teach them about financial freedom and literacy. Those are important things. I can take up my phone and look up where Australia is. I don't need to memorize it. It's not useful to anybody. I'm not on a boat. Like, I don't understand. that why is that pressed on so much?
Yeah, nah, for real.
And then
not
it's
on a
like kids
boat.
like, oh, kids, you know anything about bank accounts and savings? And like, no.
You know what debit and credit is, which one you should use.
Yeah. Even simple things like when as working entertainment, and you're getting your money in, and like you pay out your managers and you this and that. What are the 2 words? It's even left my brain right now.
Expenses and
No.
accounts.
How you like?
S corp LLC.
No. How I can pay you from my
Wire transfer.
no.
Zelle.
I feel so annoyed I don't remember this right now. This is why you don't smoke before you do a podcast, right? No, the 2 words. Before expensive, after expensive. What's the word? There's a term for it.
Okay, so before expensive is gross.
Yeah, gross versus net.
Gotcha.
Simple stuff like understanding what that means.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because people are signing deals, and you're not paying out of your.
You're
Yeah.
paying out of gross,
You're paying out of gross and not net.
not net.
So yeah, how come you walked away more money than me? It's like, I took off the.
That happened to us recently as a family, and I tried to negotiate, but they weren't having it with the lawyers. Yeah, I won't name said group. But
Yeah.
it's crazy because I'm just like, that's wild. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna make sure that they see this goddamn video because I'm gonna be rich and you gonna wish. Yeah,
Mm.
but you gonna wish. But yeah, no, for real though. So it's just like I saw that they were walking away, like some of the fees. I'm just like, yo, it's crazy. Like, so you're using the fees to kind of piggyback to get more than me. I see what you're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, I called them
Wow.
up and tried. I was like, look, let's build a relationship and like let's negotiate this because you say right here on the paper that it's negotiable, and then you make it seem like it's not negotiable. You tell me, oh, you're getting a third of the money that came in after everyone else gets paid, so you should be fine. I was like, no, that's what you tell everybody so they feel good. I don't give a shit about this.
Mhm.
I'm trying to get more money in my household. I got to do this for my kids. Talk to me, like let's talk. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and she was not having it. Erica.
Oh, for real.
But yeah,
He said,
Erica. No, I'm
Yeah,
putting
but
out
that
there.
stuff is important because we're a generation like
Mhm.
probably start of our generation and down of like people are way more entrepreneurial.
Mhm.
You can do way more stuff on your own. The idea of a 9 to 5 isn't the only way to make money now.
Yeah, it's
You know,
the
like,
least
people-
efficient way to make
Yeah.
money.
Even being in an office is like you don't have to be there to get. We saw
Stuff done,
Stuff
yeah.
is getting done, and people are in their beds
and yeah,
And I think
working for 4 hours a day.
that's what I was just about to say. I think that if
the work we need to be for.
workplace could also there we
Yeah,
go
we're still operating off factory.
settings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's literally like, bro, no one's working in an assembly line anymore. Why are we still acting like we do?
Yeah. We're way more connected. That's so crazy, and
Yeah,
it's so
throw everything out, throw it out.
yeah. So
That's your way.
that should have been
Nah.
new government.
Yeah, I'm gonna get stuff like this. I'm very passionate about stuff like that
I
because
like
I've
that.
been lucky. My mom was an educator.
Yeah.
I've always been to good schools. I spent some time in like alternative learning when I was like, I don't know, like 9, 10. I was going
wow.
to school like it was like a small private school run by this Australian lady, Miss Zelda. I was dissecting
Shout outs.
frogs when I was like 10. She was telling me that like I need to learn Mandarin because it's all of these small things that like I've kept in the back of my brain.
yeah.
And then I went to Ghana, then I've been to private school, then I've been to public school, and then I see what my mum dealt with as an educator.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about education. Because I was a kid where school worked for me because I could memorize anything. I kind of still do. I had pretty much an eidetic memory. If I see it on the page, I can regurgitate in an instant.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I would love that.
So I thrived the exams
Yeah.
because I can just spit it back out. But I was like, that's not.
It's not enough. It's
First
not
of all,
even
that's not
challenging.
that useful. There's a lot of people who leave school and realize I don't have any actual skills or capabilities. you realize. Then you have the kids who left school at 18 or whatever age when you graduate in England, 16, who were apprentices, who did internships, and at 21 and you're 21, they're ahead of you because they know how to do a job. They've had experience working.
I wouldn't say ahead, but I get what you're saying though.
They're ahead of you in terms of like, because you're gonna graduate. Obviously, companies look at degrees.
Yeah.
But in terms of life skills and where they are as people, they're ahead of you already. University, for the most part, is a social experiment. You're hanging out, you're having fun. Some people are learning, whatever. 16 to 21 of working, being around actual people, interacting with the workforce, learning how to do the job. You may not be given the flowers you should be in terms of how, they promote you because, you don't have it, whatever. But trust me, like my brother, he is 24. My youngest brother. He went straight into work. He apprenticed. He took a not apprenticeship. He took a what's the word? Not apprenticeship. The other one.
Like a technical school.
He went straight into work. He did a
like an internship.
Apprenticeship.
Okay. Oh, internship.
Yeah. He works in recruitment. He went straight into it, and then he learned the job flying. Within like a year, he was like the highest earner on his team. He was like 20.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It shows you can everything about like getting a degree. There's a bunch of people who have degrees. I remember being in working in John Lewis in retail, Oxford Circus, with a girl next to me who had just graduated with a first class honors, top degree from Oxford University, couldn't get a job.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
Damn,
crazy.
from Oxford?
Yeah. Top university, top class honors. I'm like, I'm saying this for the summer. This is you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but and that's what I realized, especially the school system that we have now just don't even work in the real world. So, being skills, I think self-understanding, right? So building on top of the areas that you were pointing out, I think self-understanding is important to that because it will help with comprehension and, I guess when you're just dealing with stuff overall.
Yeah, we're not taught to think, we're taught to regurgitate.
Yeah.
And then you see that in how people react to stuff when they see it in the media. People regurgitate what they've seen. You haven't had time to process it. You don't even think, it's like, so-and-so said this, I'm going to say that. You didn't spend any time on it.
Yeah.
And
you saying that just brought up something that really happened to me, just being like, I guess as an example. When recently my wife and we had this crazy situation happen. I'm not going to talk about it because I know she wouldn't like that. So, and I was in the wrong. I can say that fully. Like I was completely wrong, but I knew I was wrong, but I was just so, like something has to change. I pulled the Kanye. I had to break something. You know what I'm saying? I had to break something. That's how I felt inside. So when it happened though, like she came home, she was livid. I was like, look, we not about to talk about this. Not tonight. I'm livid, you livid. This is not gonna work. So I put my foot down where that was concerned because I'm just like, look, I gotta process what the fuck, like what I just did. Like I have to process that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I did it. So I'm like, cool. And then a whole week passed. She'll try to nudge me and say, "Are we not gonna talk about it?" I was like, look, I want to have the conversation. I'm just still processing, and I guarantee you, we're gonna talk about it. Like this is not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not going nowhere. So like, don't worry, I got you, and it won't be too long. I'm just really digesting it. And we did have the conversation. It was beautiful, and we came to an understanding. And it wasn't me. It wasn't so much about proving to her like my point, but it was just showing her, giving her an inside picture as to the point that I broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, fuck this. And cool. And again, I know it's wrong and I apologize for that genuinely. So I just want you to see both of us like building this thing together so we can do it succinctly and do it with a certain synergy. So, because we have a family, we have to build that into, whatever we want it to be.
I think that's a great approach. I think societally, what has to happen is like, as a married couple between you guys, you guys don't feel you have ill intentions for each other. So you can allow time to happen. You can allow one to say the point. Like, I trust that your intentions for me aren't wicked. And I think societally, that's what has to change. Is like people don't trust the other side's intentions for them. So like, I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't trust your intentions already. So it's like trying to find a way to like allow that time that needs to happen for like, these are big conversations that need to happen. Huge ones.
Yeah.
And like, we can't try and like,
Sweep
you
it
know,
under the rug.
because there's a section of people who thought Obama means everything's over. No, it didn't. There's a section of people who thought Trump meant this is going to happen. No, it didn't.
It's never as bad as
Yeah,
you think it's
none
gonna
of
be.
those things, or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I definitely think there's big conversations that need to be had. But like, making a White Lives Matter t-shirt when I don't trust your intentions doesn't have the conversation you think it's gonna have.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're trying to annoy me, you're trying to hurt me, all right? That's where people's coming at it.
Yeah, instantly.
Because I've seen you do other things to like annoy and provoke other people.
Mhm.
So I'm like, why are you trying to annoy me? I don't want to hear you right now. And he's like, I'm just trying to tell him, bro, I don't want to hear it. Because like, I don't know what your intentions are. And I think that is a big thing, is like how to, I don't know the answer for that, but like, I think that's a big thing that's happened, is like,
So
people need to find a way to allow the time and space and trust the intentions.
So, a couple things kind of came to my thoughts when you were saying what you were saying. One was what Edwin texted me. It was like, he said, if it's like start out jarring and throw gas on the fire,
Mm-hmm.
and then from that point dial it back, right? And I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that. But that could be his approach. I don't know. Hopefully he gets somewhere with it, because it's, as you said, a big conversation. And if we get somewhere, especially where it leads to unity overall as a people, because we're a rock floating out in the middle of space. Like,
Yeah.
as far as we know, it's just us, like all of us on this rock, right? So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen a UFO. I've heard the stories.
What's that? Something I saw Elon Musk say. They asked him about his thoughts on aliens. So there's two things: either they're all already here, or there's none. There's nothing in between. He's like, you think just like one alien's gonna come and hang out? No.
No.
Yeah,
Everyone's gonna come.
This shit is riddled with aliens already, or they just ain't out there.
That's interesting. That's
Scary.
a lot. Yeah, it's like
That's a whole other conversation.
yeah, that's a whole other podcast. I have to steal your line, but yeah, it's a whole other podcast. But that's crazy. So you see what I'm saying? Like maybe we're only having this conversation because he did what he did. Only time will tell where it ends.
Yeah, it's hard to see. In the moment, you don't really know the impact of a thing.
Yeah.
You definitely need, many years removed to see what a thing actually did.
To see the full picture.
Yeah. Nothing is like, yeah, like an album can come out. This is the best album of all time. Let's see what we're talking about in 10 years.
Yeah.
Are we talking about this album in 10 years? Nah, I guess it wasn't what we thought it was.
Yeah.
Something feel really important when they happen. I don't know if we were talking about, I don't know what we were talking about in 10 years.
Yeah,
If
who
it
knows?
did this thing or if it didn't do, I don't know.
I know.
Also,
what we
I don't know
talking
what
about.
his intention
in
is.
10
so,
years,
like,
we're gonna be talking about Andrew's chain, y'all.
Absolutely. Flex. By that time too, I'm gonna have like, I don't know, I'm gonna have something crazy.
Talk to me. Or
Nah,
you don't
but-
want to give out
yeah.
any secrets.
Nah, I think yeah. We'll see.
and yeah.
In 10 years, I thought in 10 years we'll just see where a lot of stuff is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the good thing I'd say about the last like 8 years, 6 years politically has been like, we've really got to see where America
Really
is at.
is.
Yeah.
How the
Like
world
the
is at.
truth.
Yeah, I think a lot of sometimes you need like an ugly revelation to bring a lot to light, and then you can start making.
More conscious.
Yeah, you
decisions, I
can
think.
really start thinking how you feel about stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know one thing. I don't want Donald Trump back. I also don't want flaccid Joe back. So like, we need something else. We need something because like,
Yeah.
like Joe Biden's not it.
Yeah.
He's like that
He did it,
that
Joe.
nice guy someone dates after like being with someone toxic and crazy. Yeah, what's like New
What
Girl
about Camilla?
When, who?
Camilla.
I don't trust Kamala Harris. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bro,
He's like,
I
I
don't
don't
trust Kamala
trust
Harris. I don't.
she's like the bots of all bots. Like I don't
You
know.
know when,
I
like-
really don't know.
Like, you know when like everyone like, she's biracial, I think Indian and black.
Mm-hmm.
And no one's really, everyone's quiet. I'm like, Both sides are quiet about you, bro. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good sign.
Nobody
He's
said
all of that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that, but that's kind
I
of.
just thought she was Jamaican.
Me too, but
Yo, what's up with Jamaica? They
shut up, man.
they in the palace. Like
Yeah,
We
powerful,
real
bro.
there's a
aliens.
princess.
Zoop, zoop.
Like they in the,
what did
like,
Elon
what's
say?
going on?
They're either everywhere or they're nowhere.
Exactly.
I'm out.
That's
It's
true,
either
though.
they're everywhere or they're nowhere. I'm dead.
No, but,
The amount of all my Jamaican friends that were like, we have a princess. I was like, yo, y'all out of control, but I love it.
yeah, but so with that being the case, like, I'm curious to see, as you said, where we're gonna be in 10 years. I hope this whole thing is something good's gonna come out of it. Who's gonna be the president in 2024?
No Kanye West.
Not Kanye West. Edwin.
I'ma stand on
Who's
that.
gonna be president in 2024, Edwin?
I don't know. To be
We,
honest,
we have real slim picking. I'm not. Who's even running?
that's
Yeah.
what I was just about to say. That who's
Two
running?
old white guys. Come on, man. Come on. Stop that. They're both in their 80s. We don't need that.
Nah,
We
I
need-
wish presidents.
You
I
gotta
would,
be age cap.
I would hope we can get someone young
Like 45.
that's
Good age.
thinking differently and.
I don't know why when I
hitting
think about
different
a
strides in their life.
young president, I think about Fifth Element. Remember when this guy that played Debo, what's his name again?
I've never watched
Tiny Lester.
Yeah, when he played the president in you never watched Fifth Element?
Fifth Element is a weird
Nah.
movie
Yeah, that's a
made for
crazy
people on
movie.
acid. It's an acid film.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Fifth Element feels like a long episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That is funny. that was a weird show.
Yeah, everything
Yo,
on
that
Cartoon
show was
Network after
weird.
7 p.m. was weird, man.
You know what
Yeah.
I realized? I think it was a buddy of mine. I was at Premiere Studio. It just clicked for me because I've never done acid. But he used to like really watch that thing, and I'm like,
Mhm,
yo,
it
what are
was-
you doing?
Yeah,
And I was like, but he's the type. So I was like, maybe not. I don't know.
Courage is.
Yeah, interesting.
All them late night shows are strange, man.
Very strange.
Samurai Jack is weird.
yeah, but it's still fire though.
Oh, it's
in a
dope. I
sense.
love it, but it's
Yeah,
like
it was strange.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, we need someone like young enough, not too young, because
Yeah,
you need to know some stuff about life. You can't just be, you
Yeah.
can't be all zeal.
Yeah.
To be a president, you can't.
No.
Imagine, what's
wouldn't
good,
work.
nephew?
Yeah,
I'm
you
president.
You know, my thing. Imagine Kanye being president and just be like, decide tweeting at like another country just 'cause he's mad. I can't have that, bro.
Yeah.
I can't have him
yeah.
just being like,
I-
yo, fuck Belgium. It's like, whoa, what's
the
happening?
only good thing, but it also could be an interesting thing, is the big red button. Nobody really can just push it just push it. It's this chain of commands.
But you can do a lot before you get to the big red button.
Yeah, we could allow others to push their big red button.
I don't think anyone's gonna push the button. No one's gonna do it.
Yeah,
I
that
hope
button's
not.
Everyone's gonna die. So who? No one wins. There's
Yeah.
gonna be what? 15 people left in their bunkers. It's gonna be dry, man.
I'm mad that we even need one.
No, it's weird that we do.
Yeah, like why would you want that?
Like a nuke.
No, the ability to just obliterate the entire planet.
because humans are sick.
Yeah, we are. We're crazy.
Animals don't want to destroy. I'm gonna destroy the whole jungle. No.
Brings me to a great point, right? Humanity and the spectrum that it is. I was watching the Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, which I started watching, by the way.
I, ain't
I
watching
have not
that.
seen that shit.
I ain't watching that.
Bro,
I'm
crazy.
his target demographic, young black man. I ain't gonna be over his house though, just to make that clear. But there's a lot of people like, if I was at Jeffrey's house, so why?
Yeah, but
That's how you know people didn't watch the show. Cause I definitely didn't watch the show. I have not watched that show.
No,
yet.
I have
But
no
I'm good on. I'm
intention.
good on like.
I'm tired of seeing black people's pain, man. I can't.
so interesting about what they were saying about it. I think Ice watched it, and Joe watched it.
I know Ish ain't watched that.
What?
I know Ish didn't watch it.
Yeah, I don't think he did. He didn't. He's just like, no. So I'm like, in my thought process, they were saying that the
Yo,
fact
those
that
guys
they
are so
didn't
cool.
like that he was humanized, especially, with the family not liking the film and stuff. And I get it, but it's crazy because it's just like the whole idea of just saying, hey, don't humanize him. He's already a human. Like, it's crazy because for me, I look at it as we're all humans and we have that potential in us.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. We do.
I'm not licking man over the head. And
I'm not doing it
and
either,
yamming
but
him.
the potential still resides there.
No. I feel like
I know what you mean. I know
to
what
be-
you mean on paper, but like,
Yeah, in practicality,
Nah, I
you
feel
and I are
like-
not gonna become
nah,
serial
there's some
killers.
there's some cross wire. There's a lot of cross
Cross-wiring
wires
that
and
happens.
like that.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
That's
say.
a very particular stew of like I read into a little bit of his upbringing. It was rough,
You know what I'm saying?
but
And
also I know a lot of men who had rough upbringings.
didn't
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Weird things didn't tickle their fancy.
He got a broken spirit.
So,
Yeah.
but think about that, right?
Yeah.
We can't even imagine to.
But I don't think a person like that should be humanized though.
It's tough though.
They're human.
It's tough. There are, but at the same time, it's like
It shouldn't be normalized.
yes.
but it's human.
normalizing is different because it's like it's a slippery slope once you
But
start
it's
to
interesting, though, 'cause, like,
dehumanize people.
We've normalized a lot of these like true serial killer situations. We normalized that a long time ago.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
that's Netflix's bread and butter. Is finding twisted stories and just making docs. Like, yo, chill out, man.
So
Make another Orange is the New Black.
yeah,
Come
it
on,
was
man.
something that's actually just
Fair enough.
entertaining. You
Yeah,
know
I'm
what I'm
trying to be terrified in my own home.
saying?
not for real, but I want to watch it. I don't know what I know it's about killing.
Yeah,
I guess like gay black men or Asians or like Indians.
I think it was people.
South Asian,
A
I'm
lot,
sorry.
of, a lot of people of color. He was like, I think, closeted.
he was a
He was,
closeted gay guy.
he was abandoned by his parents and just left him in the house.
Yeah, his
Was-
his
it-
mom was all over the place with drugs and stuff, and then with him, the father was just not present, and he was dicking around.
Okay.
So
And
you
they
know,
just left him in the, I think when he graduated high school. Or
right
turned
before he
16.
graduated,
Yeah, 16, 17, they just left him in the house.
left him in the house for like 3 or 4 months by himself,
Oh.
and then preface that with all the trauma that he's seen, and then his father showing him how to dissect animals or roadkill and some weird stuff. So it's a stew there, and again.
Yeah.
Normally, that would not happen if that circumstance was not the same, and no one came in to save him, like from a spiritual perspective, right?
I also feel like Andrew said, people go through shit and like people don't become that. A person like him, I feel like there was already a thing in his mind.
Yeah, so
No, and I
don't know,
I only
bro.
rebut what
He said, "I don't know, bro."
I don't know, brother.
Wait, why rebuttal?
because
Who you kill, brother? I don't know. My mom came from Jamaica to America. I don't know, man. Is it Barry? Is it Rashawn? I don't know. What have you done? I'm fucking.
no, but I'm gonna tell you why because that type of stuff happens in Jamaica too.
No, I know.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay,
Like
okay.
random weird shit. Like there was when my whatchamacallit, uncle's house, right? When I was down there, they told me a story about this guy that killed cats and drink their blood, and then he killed the entire family. It's just like weird shit. It's just like it's off.
Wait,
tilt
what?
Shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
weird, bro. Again, I don't know why I didn't. Just like y'all, I don't care about Jeffrey Dahmer. I didn't really travel down that lane too much, right?
That's different.
So,
Drink cat
but-
blood.
But think about it.
Phoenix. You okay?
I don't drink cat blood, bro.
Yo, where is he?
You know what's mad that you said that?
Yeah, why
about
is
you-
it not
how
here?
you
No,
call
he's in the
Phoenix?
shot. Yeah.
It's like when it's where people say don't humanize him. Yeah, I get it on the one hand, but also like people have humanized certain animals to the point where like you'd be angrier if someone kicked a cat on video,
or
than
stab
if
the
you-
dog.
Yeah, than like anything that happens to like a human being.
Crazy situation.
Oh my god!
Watch
you just
this.
hit my dog.
When and to
Man,
show you
shut
like a
up.
cultural difference in Jamaica, right? When I was growing up, I had a dog,
Mm.
and he was under the car. I think his name was Bruno.
Mars.
I knew it was a B name.
Shut up,
I
man.
want to say, is it like I don't know someone with like Bruce,
Bruno.
Bulla.
No, oh my gosh, imagine. But yeah, so he was under the car, and I dragged his tail, and he bit me in my face.
Mhm.
Right.
Wait, is Phoenix in here?
I hope so.
You might have to go find your cat, bro. I don't know. He's a little too quiet. So,
Yo, right?
yeah, that's not normal.
It's not
You
normal.
might be sleep under that.
Maybe, hopefully.
Under what?
You know how you be sleeping under the desk over there? On the chair?
He's been so quiet. I never seen him this quiet. It's weird.
It was meant to be. He's
Yeah,
a-
yeah. It's
But
weird.
yeah, so the next day I didn't see that dog. I don't know where the hell he went. To this day, it's when I grew up, I found out. And the philosophy behind it was, any dog that's in your yard that would bite a child should be put down,
Yeah.
right? And jump to there. You go. You heard him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so jump to my current situation. Like, one of my neighbor has this big white dog, and she would the dog would be so aggressive, and he would go after my kids, and I'm like that thought process. Like, I ran through a scenario like, what if he got loose, and I just fucking kicked the shit out of him,
Mm-hmm.
probably even killing him, but regardless, damaging him seriously. What are you gonna do?
You're going to jail, bro.
For what?
You're going to jail.
Oh, so I should let him bite my kid?
Yes.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's not happening.
He said, oh, yeah.
I know that's not. But that's like.
And you know what?
That's
And you know
the
what? And you know
mental
what?
thought
And
process.
you know what? I'm not going to jail. Fuck both of that happened. I am not. I don't know. I'm going back to Jamaica before I go back to jail.
Yeah, you better kick that dog and get on the plane immediately. We're not endorsing kicking animals, guys. I'm just gonna put that out there
No,
right now.
I'm not in-
Before we
it's-
get Peter in the comments, y'all talking about.
Yeah, no.
I want a
again,
fur, nigga.
This was just my imagination, what I would do. Of course, my first
No,
instinct is to
Cause
protect
you
my
gotta
child.
think if someone sees the video of you kicking that dog, no one's asking what the dog did. If someone sees a video of a black guy getting shot, what did he do? He must have done something. What, bro? You not asking what the dog did? Why kick it? Not saying you should, but you know what I'm saying. They're just the way people approach those two things shows which one they put more humanizing on.
Going back to my point.
You wouldn't question the dog is trying to eat his child.
So a human, right? Jeffrey Dahmer, that he's doing some crazy, scary shit, right? We don't do that but as a society, we look at a dog and we want to send somebody to jail for, protecting their child. You know what I'm saying? And that thought process to me is just all the way upside down.
How could you eat that chicken? It looked thick. That's why I ate the chicken, bro.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
You ain't chicken.
You said eat that chicken. Oh, you're talking like real chicken.
You don't eat chicken?
Yeah, I eat chicken.
Okay.
Oh, I don't.
We had chicken sausage. when you
We
came.
did. Hey.
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 Oh, yeah, Ed don't eat.
You had it together?
No, it's
What's that boy laid in the tramp dick?
Glizzy.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's that glizzy down, boy?
They gonna make a remake with a glizzy now. It's gonna be two street dogs.
Y'all are stupid.
Cujo and
Why
Bruce.
am I here? Oh God. But yeah, so going that being the situation, it's just crazy to me. So again, back to even the us. You had something to say?
No, I'm just thinking what you're saying, just about it's such a weird thing to not want to humanize him because he's done something so heinous.
Yeah.
But it's weird though, because
Why don't you want to humanize him?
Because
you want to justify your anger.
Yeah.
It's you want to because if something's not human, then I can do whatever I want.
All right, there's one thing
yeah, go
for
on.
me. I feel like there's one thing to kill people, but from what I'm hearing to store stuff, that is
It's
But
all
that's mental
crazy.
illness. That's easy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
that-
crazy. It's all not normal.
is different.
That is
Yeah, it's
extreme.
not. But that's just how we it's there's I feel like there's a imaginary line we all have you pass this line, bro. I can't even call you human no more.
Yeah. That's how I'm looking at it.
People look at like mass murderers like that, pedophiles. There's a handful of things where I can't look at you
Yeah.
you're in a different
League.
Yeah, bro. I feel like
So-
chemical castration is insane.
I
The death penalty is crazy.
I would not wish
Bro,
either
people
on
will
people.
vote for the death penalty and be a vegan. Are you sick? Are you mad? that you'd be like, leave the deer alone, but you say, yeah, shoot him,
Lynch him.
lynch him, yeah, put him in the. It's
Hang him.
crazy.
Yeah. So that to me is just like wild. Like I feel like a part of that is the fact that we think if we call that a human, then we also identify with that.
Yeah, we're admitting that we have that. It's the admitting of that,
Potential.
that could be me.
Yeah.
And it
I have
could,
to separate you from me.
and that's not necessary. And it is true because that could be you in the sense that only given those extreme and specific circumstances from before the womb until death, right?
Mhm.
Though everything has to line up just like that. Otherwise, it's never gonna
Yeah.
be you. You get what I'm
Because
saying?
The human ego doesn't want to accept that, like, I have
That
the capacity
exists,
to be.
and that's a part of me.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it is, and it's okay. And it's okay to even
Okay, don't
empathize
say
with it. But
okay.
it's okay to empathize with
Okay, no, it's okay to. We ain't endorsing no.
No, endorsing is a completely
No,
different
I know
thing.
you. I'm messing with you.
Yeah, no, of course you can't endorse that. Like that's
Yeah, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who are just in need of help,
and
Yeah.
and like he's
no
a
one
person who
intervened.
didn't get the help early enough. Some people then, if you give all people all the right help and all that, then if then we have a conversation about maybe
Yeah, maybe he's just crazy.
maybe we need to put him over there on a little weird island where you guys can be together. You
versus
can-
them.
Be weird.
Yeah,
Together.
you can duke it out for who's the weirdest of all time, and then you can be the champion of the weirdness, and then whatever.
Champion
Oh,
of the
gosh.
world. That'd be
That's
a
called
very
prison, man.
Now prison doesn't work either.
But it's it's still prison.
Yeah, prison is just like you go.
That's another
you
thing
gotta
that
go
we should
somewhere,
probably
bro.
change.
Absolutely, bro.
vacation.
Yeah, prison needs to change. All of these things have been the same institution for way too long.
Mhm.
It's like people coming out and reoffending. So what? Prison's not working.
Yep.
Yeah. So
So clearly, it's not working.
quick question for both of you: Do you have any like kind of ideas around what would a new prison or not new prison, but a society without prisons look like?
I never thought about that.
We there needs to be consequence for action,
Yeah, there needs to be consequences.
but
for
I
sure.
think people need to be actually reformed and actually looked up. Like, prison is way too overpopulated to give anyone attention.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean? A lot of people are in prisons also for stupid crimes. 3-strike rule is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs that are now legal. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are in prison for mental illness.
Yeah, crazy.
So there's like so many,
That's
and like,
wild.
oh, you're giving young people real jail time. So if I'm 17, I'm in jail. You gave me 8 years, bro. All I know is I don't know how to be. I don't know how
Yeah.
to not be in jail.
It's
Yeah.
crazy because like
So that's
some
not
people,
helpful either.
Yeah.
Quick question for you, actually, Edwin. I want to hear you answer this. Who's crazy? The person that sends the crazy person to jail, or the crazy person going to jail?
One's crazy, one's mentally unwell.
Damn.
I like that way to put it. I like that. You flipped it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
you can see.
Yeah.
Remember that Atlanta episode where the guy's in jail and he's drinking out the toilet?
I need to
Remember
finish watching
where
that.
where
Which-
Earn's in
which
jail
season?
Yeah.
and the guy sees his ex in there.
Yeah.
And then they got the guy who's like drinking on the toilet or whatever,
Mhm.
and then he spits water in the guard's face.
Yep.
And everyone's laughing till he does that, and then they just beat him up.
Yep.
It's like, he's here every week. It's like, yeah. Like, bro, he's not meant to be here.
Yeah. He's mentally ill.
There's a lot of people that enjoy, like, he's not meant to be here, man. He's meant to be somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the problem is that enough people are content with how their lives are, so they don't need to change everything.
Okay.
It's like, full-scale change will change the power dynamics of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
People
we
probably
don't
won't be
want
as
that.
rich as they once were. Wealth will probably be a lot more evenly. It changes
should be-
everything.
Yeah. People are just used to what they're used to.
Yeah.
Like what life is already at.
Yeah.
Like I guess the playing field of it all.
Yeah, the status quo is just calm. It's like,
Yeah.
my life ain't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I say, like with addicts and whatever, it's like you have to hit rock bottom. And like societally we haven't hit rock bottom yet. You know, if you have like someone like a family member who's on drugs or whatever, or
Mhm.
alcohol, you can take it in rehab as much as you want. I'm fine.
If they
Then
don't
there's that one
decide-
day when you're in the alleyway about to suck that dick for a cigarette, you're like, time gotta change. And like society, we haven't hit that point yet.
Hey yo,
Oh, God.
I'm about to sell some dick for somebody.
Yeah,
yo.
Hey, yo, I'm out.
Quick question: do you think what happens with Trump and currently with Kanye, it's going in that direction
In what direction?
to a rock bottom?
Nah.
No.
Okay.
No,
What would cause a rock bottom? But see, again, yes,
Because
and
you
no.
also
To
have to
me
think-
personally,
You also have to think about
go
it for them. It's a game of chess.
Yeah.
We're getting it from the perspective of like we're the consumer of their game.
Mhm.
I get that, but it's also there's a lot of dismantling happening. Like with Trump, uh, um, intellectually, I would say from an we kind of step back, or that population of people step forward,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we definitely seen that.
yeah. And it's just like, okay, cool. Now we have this huge separation, and then Kanye, I have no idea where he's going.
Yeah.
But it's it's interesting. I have to say for sure. And
I look at everything Kanye doing as like a rollout.
I see that. I think this is a
Yeah,
rollout for his
that's-
presidency run.
Everything's a
It's
rollout. Like
something.
you just gotta like.
You
It's-
gotta
it's-
go
it's
with the
wi-
wave.
No, not you. The thing
No, when I
is,
say
you don't
go-
have to.
When I say go with it, though, I'm
Yeah.
just saying like you can't stop him.
No.
Yeah.
I think
personally,
you know what
I'm
I think hurts the most about Kanye for some people, I think, is like there's not that many prominent black voices.
Yeah.
So like when someone does speak, it rings a lot louder. There's 100,000 white men on TV
Yeah.
in various. So it's like one of them saying something crazy. I got da da da. Bro, it's like, bro, you the only one who's even speaking. No one else is
You
even
speak,
talking, bro.
yeah.
It's just you.
Yeah.
You're the only voice that we have right now in the public, and you're here saying some crazy shit.
Yep.
So it hurts even more because he has an unfair pressure of being a voice for more people than he represents.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it is what it is. Sadly, in that regard, like, bro, there's not that many black people who have that platform. So a lot of pressure falls on you. How many black billionaires are there in America? What, 6?
That's crazy.
And he's the only one that's talking. There's 6 black
Damn.
billionaires, and only one of them is talking.
Is he the modern day Al Sharpton?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know about that. That's crazy.
But
Or
you
the
know,
Renaissance
but also
version.
you have to think. Obviously, I'm not comparing him because they're whatever. But like,
Two different people.
Yeah, no. When I
no, but
compare,
like, in terms of you had Al Sharpton, and you had Martin Luther King, you had Malcolm X. They all
Mark.
had they had different views. They didn't have the same views.
yeah.
Nah.
But even then, there was like 3 different views you can maybe subscribe to. You could pick one which you like
Now,
a little bit more.
That's true. As a
Now
community,
there's not really any.
like
Bro,
no
it's
one's.
still Al Sharpton.
Bro, it's crazy because
Still
like,
him.
you know,
The only person.
you know, what I was thinking about when you sent me that Candice Owens. That's her name, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Candice Owens. When you sent me that, I thought to myself, I was like, all right, cool.
We ain't even got Colin Powell no more.
Yeah. In my thought, I was like, all right, cool. This is interesting watching this because it's been a long time since we had like the voice. You know,
Yeah,
or
and
maybe
it-
we do. I haven't watched the news, so I don't know. Like,
I
you know what I mean?
don't
At
think
least
there's
one
a
that's
voice like that.
prominent. One that's, I would say, to compare it, one that's prominent to like the reach of Obama. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's just like you see how he's reaching however much people. Like there are pockets of people
Yeah.
that are pushing, black culture agendas,
Yeah.
right? But they're just so like, and
Yeah, like
their
Candice
reach is not this
Owens
big.
And Kanye West don't really represent what majority of black people think. So it's like, bro, shush.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have to speak for me. I don't like what you're saying. You put me in a you put me in a comfortable situation.
Yeah.
Because you out here speaking for me, saying some shit that I don't believe.
Yeah, but is it? Are they though?
Yeah.
I think, and this again, this is just me kind of devil's advocate, and from a marketing perspective,
Mm.
For me, what I see is the eyeball calling, the reason for you to the clickbait.
No, I get the clickbaitness, but like the difference, like say with like when Trump was saying what he said, you realize how many white people or people in general believe that
Mhm.
because they came out and they were supporting him. Black people are like, everyone's like, nah, bro, we don't. That's not what we support.
Yeah.
That's I think there's a difference. Trump is also clickbait,
Mm-hmm.
but like there's people that really believe that. Kanye's clickbait. People are like, no.
So if you listen to his message, right, he
Mhm.
wants to help the community. I ultimately believes that he wants to be an example.
So did Nino Brown. So.
What?
So did Nino Brown. I'm dead. You ever watch New Jack City?
No.
That's
Yeah,
the
that movie
villain
is-
from New Jack City.
Yeah.
Oh, showed him the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like villains and heroes want the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like Sauron, I want to. You just wanted your own version. I don't know if I want Kanye's version
Yeah.
I mean, yes, and this is what I realized
because his approach isn't going to change. So he's gonna be doing. It's like
over and over, and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
becomes
yeah.
too much, and
and he
yeah.
be doing it as a president trying to fight Italy.
So
and
this is where I
Spain.
think it
It's
sits.
hard,
Trump
man.
by Elias
This is where I think it
It's
sits.
not Ralph though.
This is, but what's funny, and this is where I think it sits. It really gets the conversation started, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but
why-
that's like
But
you don't have to always start conversations like that.
I agree with you. Ultimately, now, right? I see opportunity. And my in terms of my thought process and opportunity, right? If I realize that and I see Kanye as this outspoken person doing all these things, and I'm like, okay, you might have the right message, but you're delivering it wrong. It's just like any other company, right? Or how the free market works. You create a better version.
Yeah, the problem is like that's nice in theory, but the last I don't know, it's been a good while. Kanye been like, bro, you need to have some new people around you because your advisors need to be advising.
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think he has advisors.
Yeah. So like, and that's also like a choice because when he wants to make an album, he be bringing
Bro,
everybody in. So you
Whose
couldn't bring
playbook is
everybody
he?
in.
Whose
That's-
playbook is he pulling from? I told y'all this. Whose playbook is he pulling from?
I don't know, Goebbels from Germany.
Trump, bro. Like Trump, everything that was happening in the White House, we knew. We knew in real time. And when he's lying, we also knew. Because we can fact check him, get the receipts, and then on top of that, we have other
The
people.
problem is like there is an energy that we have now as a society where we value transparency because our lives are transparent. I had a bad day. I'm gonna put Instagram. We're used to seeing things in real time, which is cool. I understand that. That's where we're at. But everything else needs to go in the bin and start from scratch.
Yeah, everything.
You need to take the same approach when you had all the best producers come and make My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Get the smartest people you know to sit in the room and come up with a new plan because this plan is arse.
You know who
I
I,
hate it.
you know who I would like to see him work with? Kanye West. If y'all see this, like this guy, you need to get this YouTuber who run for governor of California. Why am I drawing a blank on his? I can see his face right now.
Vote no on Prop 27.
But yeah, when I find his name, I'll.
Got the phone. You got the iPad right
we
there.
got the iPad right here. Let me just pull up his thing real quick, and he's also about financial education and about how we go about creating new systems that actually fit the times that we're in from a political standpoint. And I thought that was so dope. Here we go. Meet Kevin. That's his YouTube handle.
You see
That
this?
Meet Kevin.
Let me see, Kevin. Let me see if I believe in
He's
it.
a white guy. So just priming you. Just so
I don't know a lot of people. That's
that guy right there. You can go on his channel if you would like to explore more.
interesting face.
You don't trust his face?
like and subscribe.
Yeah, fine.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know him from Adam, so I don't know. I'm just looking at it. It's like,
Okay.
no, I'm saying
Any
if someone's, I have no. It's hard to was wearing a hoodie. I don't know. The
Okay.
hoodie seems a bit too big. Maybe need some fashion. I'm joking. Just being a troll. No,
No, I get you though. But one of the things is approach to skill based, kind of like you're saying, in terms of schooling, like finding yourself passion, skills, and real life things that are actually gonna help you in the real world. Whether you're interested in them or not, you have more of an option. And again, in terms of even how we raise our kids, or not, I wouldn't say raise our kids, in terms of how our kids grow up as adults, we need to ultimately, we are in this now. We realize what we need to do as adults, or for the ones that do, create that kind of lifestyle. For me specifically, my goal is to, become financially like well off. And then on top of that, create an environment where they can actually grow and not being raised and learn something from them versus trying to always teach them something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I feel like there's so much about what it meant to be a child when you didn't have responsibilities that we can learn from as adults or relearn, you know?
Absolutely.
So that's my thought process. So when you look at it as a even exchange in terms of a
Yeah.
relationship, you realize like, okay, my job is not just to teach, but it's also to learn.
Absolutely. The moment you stop learning, you're dead.
Yeah. I always say be the student, not the teacher.
And
Yeah.
there's no way and there's no reason to just teach the kids because we feel like we need to teach them everything. There's no reason for that. Like whatever comes in your purview when it does.
You can't
Teach.
you don't want to over coddle a child. You have to give them the information and use
Let
the
them
lesson.
experiment with it.
Yeah, it's like that's I think the difference between like animals and people. Like a tiger raised a tiger cub up to a certain point.
Peace.
Do what I said. I told you all this stuff. I'm gonna go live my life. You go live yours. I'm gonna see you when I see you, maybe. But they trust that, like,
Yeah.
I've taught you the right things. You can go. You have to let your kids live. You can't.
They have instincts too. They don't even
Yeah.
have to teach them.
Sometimes you can over, smother a child where they don't know how to trust their instincts anymore because they used to.
1000%.
What would mom do? I don't know, bro. What you have to make a decision right now. And you out here panicking.
That's
Shook, panicking.
It's crazy.
Shook, panicking. Nikki had bars.
Think of, like my 18 months old son, he like I would iron Zane's clothes and he'll see the iron and I'll be like hot, right? And then when he tries to touch that, I'll move it. But then he touches the clothes and I was like, yeah, hot. And then I'll bring the iron back and then he just turns around and runs. He's like, hell no, I'm not playing this game. If that does that to that, then that. It's like, and I see him like calculating that and I'm just like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are fucking smart.
Yes, they are.
Kids are smart.
Yeah. And it's just like, we now make environment impose too much because we're part of the environment where they're concerned, right?
Mhm.
And then when you over smother or you do too much, that instincts that you were talking about, that DNA that's already ingrained, like we don't have to teach them a lot of things. Don't try to teach them things that we don't have to teach them.
No.
Just notice where they stumble and help them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if we can take that approach to society as people, also, I think would be in a better place. What do you think?
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and on that note,
Like the kids don't know what they want. Yes, they do.
they do, and it's worth listening to them too.
Yeah.
On that note, guys,
I was just about to clap.
man, you better leave me alone with my goddamn
You
clap.
know what, guys?
So on that note, let's wrap this one up. Guys, think. It's okay to use your brain. No, it's for real. It's okay to use your brain. It's okay to feel how you feel. Ask why you feel how you feel. Go deeper. Like, but within yourself, research things. Information is very, very. It helps with clarity.
And it's free.
And it's free. Yeah. So, use that and check
Go to
your
Starbucks,
emotions.
get some Wi-Fi, and
Go to
check it
Starbucks,
out.
get some right.
You don't got Wi-Fi at home, go to Starbucks now.
Okay.
Facts, though.
So there's no
And they have
excuse.
free water.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no excuse. Just, what you don't know, just try and educate yourself about it and make better decisions with the information that you have ultimately, or try to make better decisions. And it's okay if you bump your toe. Yeah. You'll figure it out. I have faith in you.
This has been the Wells End podcast. Like and subscribe right here.
Yo, not with the foot. Not with the foot. He said,